I respect idols. Yeah, I said it. I respect them. So you may be asking yourself, how and why could this 6'2", 220-pound Asian man from Houston, Texas, see anything to admire in these girls who are half his size and at times half his age? Well, I think the main reason is that I look at this responsibility that these girls have taken upon themselves. When I look back at when I was that age, I didn't have any focus or drive. I mean, I fooled around in school and I didn't really take anything seriously as far as the future. But with idols, they've made a decision at a very young age that this is their dream, and they've begun making sacrifices in order to pursue that dream. Now, you should know that not every girl who's an idol feels the same way. For some, being an idol is just something interesting to do, or for others, it's just a part-time job that's not working at McDonald's. And that's why some girls quit early into their careers, and why others just simply outgrow their interest. It's not for everybody. And I think all of us have been through a situation where we had a job that we just grew tired of. But for those who do stick around, I truly grow to love, support, and respect them, because it's not easy being an idol. The job is not glamorous. And while it may look like all fun and games, like with any job, it's actual work. And I've seen idols out in 30-degree weather, handing out flyers in their outfits, sometimes in the rain too. The schedule is demanding. I mean, there are idols that I follow that perform twice a day, Tuesday through Friday, and then 3 times a day on weekends and holidays. Who knows when they find time to have rehearsals or photo shoots or studio time, let alone a personal life or free time. And of course, you have to remember that it's a job that deals with people. I've worked in customer service, and any job that you have to deal with people is potentially day ruining. You never know when you're going to get that one guy who just wants to be that guy. I marvel at how idols maintain their composure and keep a smile on their face. And then, in addition to work-related issues, there are the individual factors. What do I mean? Well, everyone has fears, right? Doubts, worries, things they're self-conscious about. Now, take into consideration that these are girls in their teen years who are going through potentially life-changing and character-building years, all while constantly being judged and compared and scrutinized. You gain a little weight, people are going to notice. You have a little breakout, people are going to talk about it. And then on top of that, you're on stage with dozens of other perfect girls, some of which never suffer from any of those problems at all. Now, what if you're the ugly one? Not to say any idol is ugly, but comparatively, there has to be an ugly one, or at least, the very minimum, a least popular member, right? I can't imagine how difficult it is to be the one on the sideline watching while all the other members get picked for photos. Through personal experiences and past shows I've worked on, I can tell you, the normal, everyday person can't identify with how this actually is. It's not like being skipped over for dodgeball in middle school or something. It's a vastly different, soul-crushing experience, one that you have to look at yourself in the mirror and figure out your own self-worth. So this leads me to wonder, how is it that everybody gets along? Very rarely do you hear about members fighting or discontent within a group, but I promise you, it happens. So let's forget about jealousy over promotions or success or popularity. If you just think about the fact that these are young, somewhat immature, teenage girls, you've got to believe there's some sort of smack talk or maybe even bullying going on behind the scenes. Now, management probably has a lot to do with squashing any of these feuds, but I still think there's a lot of maturity in the members in not letting that boil out over into the public eye. I mean, if I think back about my college years, about how many times me or one of my friends said, "Oh, I'm not talking to that person anymore." Again, I'm pretty in awe. And that is why I so deeply respect idols. It's easy to sit at home in your safe space and poke fun at others who are taking risks. But I will always respect those who are putting themselves out there. I don't know why they do it. It's something I'm still researching and discovering. Maybe they just really want to be famous, or maybe some of them just really enjoy it. Or maybe it's because they have a bunch of us idiots rooting for them? Okay, here's a little bonus time. People criticize idols all the time for not being talented. They suck at dancing. They can't sing. They suck at acting. There's all sorts of stuff like that being said, and I'm fine with that. Maybe you have a certain standard you expect out of your performers, and I can totally relate to that. The problem I have is when people go and bash these girls for their talent, but then the next minute, they're swooping in to play White Knight, talking about how concerned they are about their well-being and whether they're being mistreated or underpaid. I understand both points, and the latter is definitely a huge concern to me as well, but I feel when a person takes up both of these arguments at the same time, it comes off a bit disingenuous. I mean, do you want to ridicule these girls, or do you actually have a concern for them? So from now on, I'm going to divide the criticisms into column A, talentless, or column B, actual concerns. And from there, hopefully we'll be able to address concerns correctly. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.